What's up, guys? 'Tis the season, so this video is gonna be about dealing with toxic family members, Asian edition. I just wanted to make this video because I know it's the holiday season and probably everyone's gonna be visiting family, and I know not everyone has like a happy family, and we all have toxic parents, toxic family members that we have to deal with. So I just wanted to talk about how to deal with them, how to know they're toxic, and how you can break free from all of that craziness. I definitely have my fair share of crazy parents. My mom hates my dad, all that stuff. The holidays is always hard, so I always have to split up. In the mornings on Christmas, I usually spend it with my dad's, and around 2 to 3 p.m. I would go to my mom's house, and then we have dinner and stuff. So it's always like, it was so tiring, exhausting, splitting up the holidays. I was like, I just wish I could just stay in one house all day, but you know, it is what it is. So whether you're a college student or like you moved out or you moved away, you're visiting home, and you know you suffered during the holidays, this is for you. Okay, how do you know if your family is toxic or, you know, not good for you? Well, first of all, they guilt you. Like if you want to do something, they'll be like, oh, like you don't care about us, you just want to do stuff for yourself, you know. And then they shame you for being yourself. They shame you for liking certain things. Like when I was a kid, I liked toy cars. Like, oh, you're a girl, why you like toy cars? Okay, they tend to isolate you. You know, they don't want you having fun because they didn't have the opportunity to do the things you did as a child, so then they don't let you do those things. It's a lot of projection. Now that you think about it, it's a lot of projection. Now that I really think about it, there's a lot of expectations that are endless. Like nothing you do is ever good enough. You get 98, why can't you get 100? You get 100, they'll do something else. Like, oh, your cousin got this or that. It's always something. You lose 5 pounds, oh, why didn't you lose 10? Oh, you look so skinny, why don't you eat more? You eat more, oh, you look so fat, why don't you eat less? Oh, God damn, like shit, you cannot win. I'm talking especially like Asian families. It's just, they just really take it up like one, just go a little further than most. But anyway, how do you break free from this craziness? So I know, let's say you go back for the holidays, right? If you have a job and you can pay for stuff, that you have an income, I highly suggest getting your own space for the weekend. Maybe get a hotel, or like if you can stay at your friend's house or your other healthy family member's house. Someone who's like a safe space, that'd be great. But if you can't and you're stuck living there for a few days, well, plan your vacation short. And if you're a college student, well, shit, you gotta look. It's a little harder, but it's not impossible. So basically, setting your boundaries. And I don't mean setting, I'm telling you, like if you're not a person of color and your parents will take boundaries very well, shit, by all means, set boundaries. Say, don't talk to me like that. If you can say that, cool. If I want to see you try saying that to an Asian parent, they'll slap you. They'll be like, I talk to you how I want. I birth you. You owe it to me. You know, with the hand like this, or like with a belt in their hand, whichever. Anyway, so setting boundaries for yourself. If your parents or whoever talks to you or they make comments to you, you can just be like, if okay doesn't, like if you tell them like, don't talk to me like that, or like, oh, why are you saying those things? I don't appreciate that. If they don't listen, just don't take it personally. I know it's like really hard. Like don't listen to them because they're just projecting. Like they just that's just how they are. That's just how they were raised. Like you just have to accept that that's just who they are, and just don't take it personally. And the less you take it personally, the less it will affect you. I know it's really hard. But you know, it is what it is. Like the whole point of this is just trying to managing how to deal with these situations. Understand that they may gaslight you. My mom gaslight the shit out of me. For example, she'll be like, oh, after you do your homework, put the dishes away, right? So after I do my homework, I put the dishes away, and then she would yell at me and be like, why didn't you put the dishes away earlier? Then I would say, oh, but you said I could do it after I finish my homework. And she's like, no, I didn't. That's gaslighting. Basically making you feel like you're fucking crazy. Okay, that's gaslighting. So they will probably do that. Just don't fall into the trap. Just know that you're not crazy. Okay, it's a lot about catching yourself and knowing like what they're doing to you. like knowing like their actions. Okay, manage your expectations. Okay, I feel like we always have that hope, like our parents will change. Maybe they will, but I'm saying for the ones that don't, right? Manage your expectations. Just know that this is who they are. Don't expect too much. The more you hope they will change, the more you hold on to that hope, just the greater the disappointment will be. So just don't. Just save yourself the trouble, okay? I know people like me were probably like the black sheep of the family. Apparently there's a term on my mom's side. My little cousin, she's a little rebellious now. She's like 15. She's a little out there. And then they say she's gonna be the next Thai maid. I am honored. I am so honored that they gave me a whole label. They labeled something after me. Yeah. See, don't take it personally. Don't gotta be hard. Don't think just because you're the black sheep of the family that you're worse. If anything, you're better. You're better than all of them, in a very good way. You know, you recognize the toxic behaviors, you recognize these patterns, and you're choosing not to continue it. You're choosing, no, I don't want to do this. This is not who I am, and I'm ending this shit. So kudos to you. If no one has clapped for you, I will clap for you. Another thing I feel like a lot of people don't really think about is that these people, your parents, they're all human too. But just understand that it was a different time back then. Now that I'm 30, I can't imagine having a kid. Like, I just think about having a kid, like I physically want to throw up. Like, I can't. Having a kid, imagine working all day, going to the gym, coming home, cooking, and then you have to bathe your child, feed your child. You know, like I get it. I'm not excusing it, don't get me wrong, okay? But I forgive my mom for the way she treated me. Not for her, but like, I get it. Like, you know, she was very young when she had me. She probably didn't know what the fuck she was doing. And like, as Asians, she had a kid without getting married, and it was very young, so definitely she was probably ostracized and all that stuff. So I don't blame her for taking it out on me. I don't justify it, but I forgive her for, not her, but for myself, you know? Like, yes, I was very young and I shouldn't have been treated the way I did, but she didn't know better, you know? She did all she could with what she knew. So yeah, and I've accepted that she is who she is, and she may never change, and that's okay. I used to want like this relationship with her, but I feel like it's like way too far gone now. I'm not saying it's not salvage, like you can't salvage it, but it's tough. Like, if she ever wanted to talk to me again, I would probably have to get like a therapist involved, because I'm not dealing with that by myself. I need a middleman to protect me. I can't. You find strength in forgiveness. Because choosing to let go of something that hurt you is pretty hard to do. So when you're able to do something like that, you find a lot of strength in yourself, and you're like, wow, like I can really do a lot more than I thought I could. So yeah, wow, this went from some family thing to some deep thing. How do you move on from all this is, one, seek help, right? I highly recommend going to therapy if you can. You can do self-therapy, because I only went to therapy for like 6 months and I figured the rest out by myself. Kudos to me, but I don't know, it's like really hard. Not everyone's the same, so I highly recommend going to therapy to at least scratch the surface of what you want to like overcome. So there's that. Seek help. Surround yourself with people who love and support you, not your family, obviously. Do things you like. We spent so long doing everything our family wanted us to do. Now it's time for us to do things for ourselves. I don't know what hobbies you like, but maybe pick up a hobby, go to the gym, I don't know, go travel, start a business, whatever it is you want. Just whatever you like. Do some puzzles, do some crosswords. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. You know, you want to paint, you want to draw, do whatever. Just do it for yourself. Grieving. I think like we missed this whole nuance. The nuances of healing is like grieving. It's like grieving the relationship you could have had with your parents, grieving their life that they never had, grieving the childhood you lost from their abuse, grieving who you could have been, and just a lot of grieving. I never knew that I would have to grieve so much when I was healing myself, but grieving is a big part of it. A lot of crying, a lot of like releasing emotions, but you feel so much better after, like, I promise. But yes, definitely a lot of grieving, so just a heads up. Yeah, but family it is tough. I get it. I made the decision not to talk to my mom for like 2 years now, and it's the best decision I've ever made. I know it sounds so horrible, but you haven't lived a day in my shoes, so please. Okay, anyway, my aunts though, they're still very persistent. I have 2 of them, and one of them, she was like, because I texted them like, hey, do you want to see each other for Christmas? Like, I'll like make time for you. And then one of them was like, oh, did you tell your mom? And I was like, I told you, like, I'm not talking to her. And she was like, oh, but she's still your mom. Nothing triggers me more than that sentence. Anyway, yeah, I was like, no, I'm not talking to her. Like, I was very firm with my boundaries. I was like, hey, like, because to them, they think that family is everything. But for me, blood is not thicker than water. Actually, I think the line is blood is thicker than water. Meaning that family doesn't mean everything. That's like the true meaning of that phrase. You guys know that? I didn't know that. But like, I find family in my friends. I love my dad and like my grandpa and like my brother and my stepmom. Like, I love them. Don't get me wrong. But to me, like, I'm not gonna let you walk all over me just because you're my family, you know? So I was very, very firm with my boundaries with that. And I said, I have no problem not seeing you anymore either. It's just, it is what it is. Like, I know it sounds really harsh, but I prioritize myself now. And the more, when I started making content, the more I talked about this and the more skits I made for TikTok and stuff about how my relationship was with my mom, I didn't realize how fucked up it was. Like, for real. For real. Not like listening to myself edit these videos and stuff. I'm like, wow, that was not okay. You know? So you will definitely have family members trying to like bait you back or go back on your decision. Don't let them. Be very strong. Be strong. Like, you have to be so strong. Because there are times when I feel a moment of weakness where I'm like, oh, maybe. And I'm like, no. We went down this road too many times. We know the end result. Okay. And I told my aunts, I said, hey, if she wants to have a conversation with me, she can apologize. She can apologize for calling me a bitch. She can apologize for telling me I don't got her blessing. Like, my boyfriend don't got her blessing. We can start with a sorry. But I know she won't. So. And then my aunts would be like, oh, you know she won't do that. She's like, I'm sorry for her. I said, no, it's not your problem. Why are you apologizing? You were not involved in this. You weren't even there. Why are you saying sorry? It's not gonna, sorry not gonna make this go away. I hope you know that. So I told her, and then she would be like, oh, you know, she's not gonna say that. I said, oh well. And I know they don't want to get involved because if they say something, they're just gonna lose it, and they don't want to deal with that. So I don't know. I just hope one day she realizes like the shit she's doing was kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm not saying I was a perfect daughter, but come on, you know. Why you calling your daughter a bitch? I don't even call my friends bitches. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, surviving the holidays, it could be tough. It's definitely mentally exhausting. I also limit myself how often I go back home. Every time I go back home, and oh, this is why I left. Understanding gaslighting, managing your expectations, setting boundaries, being the black sheep of the family, detaching yourself from all of that. Sometimes you just gotta. I know it's really hard, but you can lose yourself to your family, or you can find yourself when you break away from them. So it's up to you. I'm just here giving you advice how to live your life and how to get away from that craziness, because nobody needs any of that in their life. Bright side to all this craziness, we are a little bit more resilient. I know. It's like everything, there's always like a good and bad, right? you're a little bit more resilient than other people, and that's something good to have. You're a little bit more independent. I know it's from the trauma, but you're a little bit more independent. You're a little bit more self-sufficient. That is also a very good skill to have. So, you know, as a positive thinker, there's always something in everything, right? So yeah, you're a little bit more independent, not damsel in distress. You'll figure it out. You know you got this. And that is like a win, because I know a lot of people cannot do that. A lot of people cannot stand to be alone. A lot of people can't not do things by themselves, or, you know, they're just people like that. And if you like that, that's cool. But if you don't like that, and you're glad you're not like that, and you're independent, you know, good for you. Having Asian parents are tough. They don't tell you they love you. They just have such a traditional way of thinking. And I know my dad is, I'm very lucky that my dad is very open-minded. But my mom's side is a doozy. Like, it's crazy. And I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, wow. Like, you expect me to like be okay with all that shit that she said to me, you know? And like, I would cry to them as a kid, like, oh, like, she's doing this, she's saying that, and they thought I was crazy. But then my sister's like 17, right? And my aunts would be like, oh, she looks so stressed and stuff. And I hope they know that I'm not. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Because my sister's going through the same thing. It wasn't me. Okay. My sister's planning her escape, as she should. She better than me. She saved up money to move out already. Thank God. Like, I moved away for school, so, you know, that was my escape. But I don't know if I could have ever saved like a couple grand. I don't think I was like smart enough to do that. I was still scared. My sister's so brave, so much braver than I was. She has like no fear. I still had fear. I was a rebel, but I still have my fear. Yeah, it's tough, but just, I think once you accept that they are who they are, and you manage the expectations of them and yourself, when they do the things they do, it doesn't really bother you anymore. It doesn't like hurt. And if you can't have the relationship that you want with them, it's okay. It's not your fault. They literally cannot give you something they've never received, you know? They literally never got that themselves, so how can they give it to you? Think about that. So sometimes people do their best in their own way, and just because they're not meeting you where you want them to doesn't mean they're not trying in their own way, assuming that they do want to try having a relationship with you. Okay, and that goes with anybody, not just parents. It goes with friends, your partner, all that stuff. But we're talking about family here, so I'm very fortunate that my aunts still make the effort to see me despite having a bad relationship with my mom. So I'm very grateful for that. That's how to survive the holidays. It used to be rough. I used to dread going home. No, I don't gotta worry about that anymore. If you make the decision to cut off your parent, don't feel bad. If you needed someone to tell you that, I'm here to tell you that. Don't feel bad. My mental health, amazing. Whatever people say, don't make me feel bad. It doesn't make me, I don't feel bad at all. I don't. Because for me, I'm the type of person where I have given so many chances and I've had so much hope for so long that it took a very long time for me to make this decision. And for me to finally make this decision to not talk to my mom anymore, it was probably like one of the best things I could have ever done for myself. And yeah, I do miss her. Not really. I really clearly we don't have a lot of good memories, but do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because they're not living your life. They don't know what's best for you. They've never lived it in your shoes. So yeah. I hope this helped. I can talk more about crazy toxic family because I have so many stories, but this is just a general one for surviving the holidays, since, you know, Christmas is coming. Look at my tree. Look at my tree. She cute, right? My boyfriend hates this tree. He's like beefing with my tree. He wants to throw this tree out so bad. I'm like, no. It's a cute little tree. She got some personality. Tell him, look at that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a happy holiday. I hope you guys survive your family and start your glow up for 2024. 2024 is gonna be our year. You hear me? It's gonna be our year. We're gonna make it our bitch. Okay. But yeah, happy holidays. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.